Welcome, everybody, to 3703 Sampson Street, home of Jack Yates Senior High School. This area here, I used to pick berries in when I was a kid. This was an empty lot. The only Yates they had was at 2610 Elgin. When they built this Yates in September of 1958, you might as well say it was 58 years ago when they built this Jack Yates. And when they built this Jack Yates, one thing happened at this new Jack Yates, and that was the change of command of principals from Mr. William Holland to one of the rivalries of the school of Jack Yates, which was Phyllis Wheatley, which their principal came over here to principal the school here in September 1958, Dr. John B. Cardwell. Okay, what happens a lot of times here at Jack Yates, this is a real editorial on how I feel. I done videotaped a lot of these schools, and I have videotaped my school, my alma mater, which is Jack Yates, my alumni. And what happened is, people look at the Fabulous 50s and say, why are the Fabulous 50s are so organized, and the 1960 classes of Jack Yates and 70s, 80s, and 90s are so disorganized? Well, it ain't our fault, but it is our problem. Because one thing what happened at the Fabulous 50s, when they started that school in the 7th grade, the only principal they ever knew was William Holland. Mr. William Holland stayed over at Jack Yates from 1940 as principal to 1958. So therefore, it was under one direction of leadership. In the 1960s, and when this school opened up in 58, the first class came out in 59. You might as well say 1960. Let's say in the 60s, because Dr. Caldwell came over here in 1958 in September, and he retired in January 1964. So he stayed over here 6 years. Now, we don't have a leadership in 6 years. Now we changed principals from Dr. Caldwell to Mr. Alexander. I love Mr. Alexander, but Mr. Alexander have not had any experience in being a principal of a school. Now, he did have the leadership of Dr. Caldwell when Dr. Caldwell came over here, because he was assistant principal to Dr. Caldwell, because Dr. Caldwell brought Mr. Alexander over here from Phyllis Wheatley. He also brought Mr. O.B. Harris over here from Phyllis Wheatley when he came over here, because he knew the environment would be so tense that he had to have somebody to watch his back. And what I'm saying is this. This place here, Jack Yates Senior High School, have had so many people to leave out of this school, and they use this school. Okay, they use it because they got their high school diploma and they never look back. Only time some of them look back is when the school is winning. Now, when they ain't winning, Jack Yates and them ain't got no good football team. Jack Yates ain't got no bad. It's always negative about this school. When it comes down to time to support this school, the only time some of them support it is when Jack Yates is winning, like their basketball team won, like their state football team in 1985 they won. Oh yeah, they had all the support. But now when it comes down to the school board, it comes down to helping these kids at this school, hey man, it ain't but a few people. Because once they got their high school diploma and went to college and got their degree, got their good big time job and got their home, and they didn't even send their kids back to the goddamn school. No less than that, they didn't care nothing about Jack Yates. They say they love Jack Yates. If you love something, you come and support something, win or lose. If you love something, you come around it. and nourish it. How many people have came to this school and helped Principal Davis? Principal Davis is here to help everybody, man. He welcomed all of Jack Yates alumni people to come in. These young kids would love to see you come into the school and let them know that you went to Jack Yates. You don't have to be a celebrity to come back to this school because you're already a celebrity when you graduated from this school, because this school is Jack Yates Senior High School, one of the top black high schools in the country during the segregation. We were well organized, well managed, well polished. But when we got in the 60s, we got disorganized, we got selfish. It's all about getting in the front of somebody, trying to be all of that in a bag of chips. Again, wasn't our fault. If you look back at it, you had teachers that would separate us. All the bright kids over here, all the brown kids over here, all the dark kids over here. That was separation right there. See, when you was at the old Yates with Mr. Holland didn't play them games. See, this what I'm saying is that the fault that we have at Jack Yates, it ain't our fault that HISD and the white superintendent did not want to come over and bring Mr. Holland over here to keep us on the same track with the fabulous 50s. No, he wanted to break the track because HISD knew that the government was getting ready to come in and take over integration. And they knew Mr. Holland would be a troublemaker. So they clipped his wing. And who suffered? Us Jack Yates alumni. That's why we are so separated now. That's why we argue among each other. We can't get along with one another because we can't see eye to eye. See, one thing I'd like to thank each and every one of you. We got over 57,000 views of videos. Well, that's strong. But what I noticed about doing all of those videos with all of those different schools, and mainly Wheatley, it's a different environment. See, over at Wheatley, they all about, hey man, I don't want to be in front. I don't want to be the leader. I want to be the one that's in the background. But see, over here at Yates, everybody want to be a leader. Nobody wants to be a god doggone Indian. Everybody wants to be a chief. Everybody want to be seen. Then you got some people here that, hey man, they will put their life on the line for Jack Yates. I cannot go out to tell you how many people I know that I have seen put their life on the line. Mr. Larry Blackman, Mr. Gary Monroe, Mr. Arva Howard, Carolyn Scantleberry, Miss Carolyn Sabar, Tanya Lott, Roland Cotton. These are the people that I see that goes to those HISD's meetings. These are the ones keep us informed with what's going on with Yates. They the one that go walk the halls with these kids. They take time out. Talk is cheap. Everybody can tell you I love you, but how many people can prove that they love you? Everybody can talk about I'm sorry, but how many people can show that they're sorry by doing it different and apologizing? We here at Jack Yates, we're getting ready to get a new school. Thanks to some of the leaders who I just got through talking to about, those are the ones have been knocking the doors down for Jack Yates. We got some of the best young black female superintendents. I mean, not superintendent, on the school board, representative. Ms. Jones, Ms. Adams, and also Miss Rhonda. Those black ladies are dedicated to these schools. They dedicated to these black kids. Because why? Because they've been a black kid themselves, sitting behind the desk, trying to get their homework, trying to get their high school diploma. So they know what it takes. And they go to bat for these schools. It ain't nobody gonna tell me, Miss Adams, don't go to bat for Words and them. Ain't nobody gonna tell me, Miss Jones, do not go to bat for Jack Yates. Ain't nobody gonna tell me, Miss Rhonda, do not go to bat for Phyllis Wheatley. I'm telling you what I know, man. I ain't telling you no stuff that's trying to make you feel good, because I don't care. I'm hurt. I'm in pain. Know that people have used this goddamn school, get their diploma, go to get their degree, and never look back at this goddamn school. Never look back. And then they want to talk about them, especially when they don't do good. Now, when they do good, oh yeah, we Yates did this, we Yates. But now, when they do bad, oh, Yates ain't doing this, or they ain't doing that. See, all of that is negative. People today want to hear something positive. If you can't say nothing positive, shut the hell up. If you can't do nothing to help somebody, get the hell out the way. Yeah, I'm pissed. Because we are separated. Classes separate us. Oh, that's not my class. That ain't my class. I don't like them people in that class. They got cliques in the classes. All this bull come. This ain't the way it is to make a winning school, especially a black school, as much as these white people are trying to close these black schools down. Only black schools that's still available is in Dallas and Houston. And the only reason why they still there because they big metropolitan cities. And they trying to close them down gradually. They're trying to wait till some of us die out. They're not teaching any of the black kids about their black history. They're not trying to do nothing for blacks because they don't expect blacks or what they do expect, and they know they don't get it. It's from black older people such as myself and the older people who graduated and used this goddamn school to get their high school diploma. Goddamn right, they used it. Excuse my French. Yeah, they used it. Why they used it? Because they came here for 3 years and got their high school diploma, and after they got their high school diploma, they never looked back. Some of them came back to the football games because they was winning, came to the basketball game because they were winning. Other than that, how many times have they ever walked that hall again? As I go back and get ready to close out, only thing people want is two things: to be respected and to be appreciated. Respect the person's opinion. It don't make no difference who's right or who's wrong. Only God has that control. But just respect it. You don't have to agree with it, but respect it. Don't sit up and argue with who's right and who's wrong. Who really cares? It really don't make a difference. Move on. If you don't like it, move on. Keep your mouth closed and keep on. And most of all, we learn how to respect. Because when our parents told us what to do, we did it. So we ain't no sense of saying we don't know how to respect each other, because we respected our parents. We respected these teachers, especially when they're going to put a board on our butt. And appreciation. That's the first thing we learned when we got our first Christmas gift under the Christmas tree, how to appreciate something. That's the first thing we learned when we got our first birthday present, how to appreciate something. And that's all people want, to be respected and to be appreciated. They're not finna die with no money. They're not finna die with no homes. They're not finna die with no cars. They're not finna die with no clothes. So they ain't gonna be able to take it with them. So I close out. I love y'all. Thank y'all very much. And may God bless our dear old Jack Yates. That's it. And I can't wait till we get our new school. Thank you.